let's go. Right, just in case I ain't covered it, every base in here. I've had this bike. Yeah, welcome to Travel Surfer and Rough Drivers forum. And we're talking about the Kawasaki Z900 today. RS. I've had it a year. I picked it up from Leeds. Now I live in Kent, and Leeds is 200 miles away. And I saw the bike advertised on the net last year, and I couldn't resist it because of all the modifications on it, and I went and bought it, and I haven't looked back since. What's the bike like to ride? Anyway, just to get back to Leeds for a minute, it took me 2.5 hours to get up there, and 4.5 to get back on the bike. So it was such a long run with a couple of stops. Anyway, move on from there. I've had the bike just about a year now, and it's been a very good bike. I can't complain about it, apart from the front suspension, which has been a little bit of a issue, you know, just getting it right. It still ain't quite right to my needs yet, but you know, it will come, you know, just a bit of time on it. Apart from that, it's been a good bike. The stance on it is very good. The bars, the clutch levers, the brakes, they're all good, you know. Nice light clutch. Yeah, okay, so it's got a little jerky throttle, but apart from that, you could soon get past that. It's more or less close to an RS spec. It's got an Öhlins shock in the back of it. It's all been like pretty modified, really. The guys spent a lot of money on it. I put a few other bits and pieces on it that I wanted to do, like blacked out the handlebars. I put a hugger on it, crash bungs, and heated grips. And I think that's about it, really. Next thing I might have to put an exhaust on it, but most of the stuff has been done by me. With the bar end mirrors, I put them on as well. But overall, this bike's not missed a beat. Like I say, I had it a year, and I had to put it away a couple of months later because I got it in the summer, and it'd been sitting there for about 6 months until about end of March. I brought it back out. It probably needs an oil change now. I picked it up with 3,000 miles on it. It's done 7, and yeah, it's not missed a beat. It's not gone flat while I was sitting in the shed. I started it up every weekend. I went in there, polished it, looked after it. But it's a very good bike. It's nippy, it's fast, acceleration's good on it. I changed the sprocket on it as well. It was 15 and now it's a 16. It's changed the bike completely. How can I say it? From where you use up all the gearbox on this particular bike, you don't anymore. You got a longer first gear, and you can keep in 5th. And 6 is like an overdrive, and you can see that video on here as well because I put the sprocket on. Not as good as I should have done. I rushed into that one, but you can see in the video I made a couple of mistakes, but it's all come out right because normally I don't rush into things, but I just didn't think that day. But quite a few of the mods are on here about this bike. I've had a number of bikes in my time as well, you know, high boosters, a couple of high boosters, 1000 GSXR, ZX12, Blackbird, Triumph Scrambler I just sold. So I say goodbye to this Triumph. It's been on this site quite a bit, you know, I had that 2 years, and that was a good bike. but needs must, you had to sell the bike, and I wasn't going to get rid of the Kawasaki, because at the end of the day, if it come between the Triumph and the Kawasaki, I think the Triumph had to go. But saying that, you know, if I could kept the Triumph, I would have done, but I say needs must. Yeah, since the sprocket's been changed, it's been a total different bike. It's been a bit of an animal, to be honest. It feels like it wants to wheelie even with traction control on it. But I also done a modification with the K&N filter. Took the original filter off and put a K&N filter on it, and that's transformed the bike as well. It makes it even more, sucks in more air, pushes out the horsepower more. But the only trouble is, the downside is it does drink fuel. If you go over 70 mile an hour and you start accelerating, you can see the fuel ebbing out of the bike. You know, it's just gone. You know, it's sort of like you will use it up. But if you drive it sensibly, this bike is quite good on fuel. But it's a good looking bike. Like I say, it's heavily modified, I would say, really. I say heavily modified. It's got all those little bits that make it totally different to another RS. You know, you see that on some of the videos I've got on here, you know, with me doing the mods and the mods it come with when I first got it. Yes, I've got no qualms about it. Like I say, it's a good handling bike. It's lighter than my Hayabusa. I think it's about 210 kilos or something like that, I believe. I think the booster was about 300 and something, and that was a heavy bike to push in and push out, you know. When you was on it, it was good, you know. I suppose I do miss the fairing on the booster, because it used to keep all the wind off you. That's the only thing about a naked bike. Since I switched, you can only go up the rev range for a while before you get wind blast and you have to come back down, which is a good thing, really. Keeps you out of trouble. But you know, they've got character, these bikes. You know, I know people have said they haven't got any character, but this bike has. It really has. And it's a keeper, really. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep this bike. You know, like I say, I started off with 3,000 miles. I've done 7 now, and but it's not about the mileage. You know what I mean? It's about if you like a bike, and it's like a pair of shoes, really. A bike, you can put a pair of shoes on. They may feel all right for a while, and they give you blisters, and you have to get rid of them, or you can't wear them in, or they're so uncomfortable, and you get another pair. This is like another pair of shoes, but I just bought the right pair of shoes. It feels like they're made to measure. Everything on this bike, because I'm a short rider, I'm 5'6", and because it's got a sculpted seat, it's better for me. The normal bikes, I went out to buy an anniversary one. It put me right off the anniversary. There's a 50th anniversary at Kawasaki RS, and I sat on it, but it had the normal seat on it, and it put me off buying it. That's all it put me off, because I couldn't get my feet on the ground. I can get my balls and my feet on the ground now. But like I say, if you're a short rider, you're under, let's put it this way, you're 5 foot or you're 5'2", you might find this a little bit daunting for you. You might need to have it lowered, which sometimes can make the handling go out a bit as well. So, but don't be put off if your mind's set on one of these bikes, then get it. You know, I recommend you get this bike. It's a good bike. The new one's got more on it. It's got the traction control. It's got a quick shifter. It's got cruise control. USB port on it as well on the top there, which is quite ugly, but it's not much really for me to trade this bike in to get in a new one, because at the end of the day I've got more or less everything on it except for cruise control and this quick shifter. If I put that on it, I've got more or less the same bike for less money. You know, it's £14,000 over here to buy that new one. But if your mind's set again and you've got the cash, yeah, it's worth a buy. And maybe you might be able to get it a bit cheaper somewhere else. But you can get a second-hand one of these for about 7,000, 7.5. You know, going, you know, maybe a standard looking one, you know. Well, they do look, you know, they look good standard anyway, I must admit. But I like mine a little bit different to anybody else's. I like to have mine sort of, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Different to anybody else's. I don't like to turn up with the same bike. I like to people say, oh, yours is different. And you can obviously change them to what you want, really. But it's only so far you can go before they start looking a bit stupid. You know what I mean? You know, as long as they're done tastefully, the modifications. You know, you can put the Delvics on the 4 pipes you can have. It takes a lot of doing, though. You know, you got a lot of patience to do that. Decat it, you know. Obviously, then you've got to have a flash. Yeah, they say about the jerky throttle on here. Yeah, I haven't found that a bad thing, to be honest. It's all right. You just get used to it. You know, fuel tank holds quite a bit. I can't remember how many litres it holds, but it's quite a big tank. So you're not short of getting to the filling station on this bike. But you can, as I've now changed the KM fuel, as I told you, it will, you know, it will compromise your fuel side of it, but as long as you keep the revs down, then you will get quite a MPG on it, you know. Yes, I've toured on it as well. I've been to Wales on it. That's on here as well. I went to Wales on this bike, and I knew I went to Wales on it because my backside was sore. It needs a gel on this seat. It's all right if you're on the bike for about a couple hours. But after a couple of hours, you need what it needs to take that seat off and put a gel in, really. Keep the same seat, because I quite like the seat, or buy an extra comfy one, you know, which you can buy, but it's looking about 350 quid to buy a new one. And this one with the sculpted seat looks quite good, so do I want to do that? No. But the only thing I would like to change on it is the end can. Nothing wrong with the end can. For a standard one, it's quite good. But it's, what do you call it? It's not different, is it? So it's nice, you know, it's short. It's the first one I've ever seen on the back of a factory bike. Well, I say a factory bike, a standard bike, looking like a good can, because you get some of these Suzuki's sports bikes, they look like a baked bean can, don't they, on it? And I mean, they look awful. But for a standard exhaust, they've done a good job. Whoever's designed this particular bike, he's thought about every inch of this bike and what the customer would want. And there's not many bikes that you can look at and go, oh, that's nice that angle, that's nice that angle. There's a few Triumphs. I think the Harley Davidson Breakout is my favourite at the Harleys. Triumphs, yeah, some good ones there, you know. The Scrambler, obviously, yeah, all the Scrambler range, I like them. I like the Bonneville range as well. And you know, most of them have got it just right. But some bikes are not. It just, you know, sometimes you look at them and you think, oh, it looks awful that side. But it's all about looks, isn't it? And looks, how it goes, how it handles, and what it feels like to you at the end of the day. You know, it is like a pair of shoes, as I said. You know, if you get the right pair of shoes and they fit, you know, you don't really want to change them unless they wear out. You know. But yeah, what can I say? I'm happy with the year I've had with this bike. Like I say, it handles well, it's got power, the stance is right, the clutch is good, the brakes stop you on a sixpence, and even though they're only Kawasaki brakes. Gearbox is good, moves up and down smoothly. I've only had a couple false neutrals, but that was my mistake. I bought a set of new boots, which I've got on now, and where there wasn't wearing in, I couldn't feel the gearbox as such going up and down. So I had a couple of false neutrals where I haven't just quite banged it in because I couldn't feel the gear stick. So you can hit a false neutral, but very rare, but like I say, it's a lovely bike. It's got plenty of room on it. I haven't took any passengers on it yet, so I don't know what it's like. The lights are very good on it as well at night, very bright. I always get people flashing me saying that like they've got the high beam on, so that's how bright they are. And I've had some bikes with really bad lights, and but these ones are quite good. So they're full of everything, really. I even like the indicators. A lot of people change them, but I like the indicators. I like the traction control. It's very minimal. Only 2 modes. You can turn this off, and this will wheelie like a good one. But yeah, there's only so much you can say about this bike. I'm only praising it. Like I say, the front suspension, that's the only one I've just got to get just right, dial that in better, and I'll be a happy bunny. Like I say, it's got plenty of go in it. It doesn't hang about, and it gets looks wherever it goes. I changed the badges on the tank. I put them to white, which you can see on the forum as well. That's another little job I've done. I've never changed the badges in my life, so I didn't think I'd get away with doing that. I thought, well, I want to be out, want to be up here, want to be over there. So, but I thought about it, done it, and they come out really well. And it's transformed the bike again. The silver badges did not suit this bike at all, but the new ones they're bringing out, they're putting white badges on. Well, I will give you a recommendation though. When you buy these white badges, bend them to the profile of the tank, and they are smaller than the silver badges. So that's the things I run into when I fitted them. But that was just another mod I done, and quite happy. Like I say, most of the modifications I've done on here have come out really well. I wouldn't post the video up if it didn't. But like I say, this is my bike. This is not a company bike or a demo. This is my bike I bought last year, and I'm not paid by anybody to tell you about this bike or anything like that. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not paid by YouTube. So, and all the products I advertise on here, I'm not paid by anybody. So I just put it out there at the end of the day. So everything's free on here at the moment. I've been on here 9 years, and I try and knock out as many videos as I can. It's hard really because it's just me. There's no one else but doing me editing. I'm doing the editing as well, and it's something I enjoy doing. When I don't start enjoying it, that's when the videos don't start coming out. But you've got to have a bit of inspiration. What you're going to do, at the end of the day you can make a video, and some of my videos are good and some are not so good. You learn as you go along, but this is not a professional channel. This is an ordinary channel. It's just like me and you talking in a pub or in a bar. It's that sort of thing. I like to keep it more relaxed and try and tell you how the bike is in real life. Not spin anything on it. I'm not paid to tell you anything, a load of lies or anything like that. It's just a good bike. It's just a good bike, and all I can say is praises about the bike. I don't regret buying it. Like I say, it's the looks on it, the power of it, the acceleration of it. It's just got everything. It's not heavy. It's very light. It looks heavy. When you look at this bike, it looks heavy, but it's not. I know what heavy bikes are like, and this ain't a heavy bike. I was very surprised when I got it how light it was to push in and out of my premises. and I'm quite happy with it. You know, so would I recommend you buy this bike? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. For the looks, the power, the lightness, the flickability, the way it handles, the way it looks. Yeah, I would say buy this bike. But that's just my opinion. It's down to you. You go to the showrooms. Like I say, you don't have to buy a new one, you can buy a second-hand one. I don't know if there's any faults to look out for. There's not many faults, really, you know. They are quite bulletproof engines. Just be careful, you know, what you're buying. Make sure it's not written off or it's in good condition. Make sure it's good service history. You know, doesn't matter about the owners. If it had a couple owners, that doesn't really bother me. If it's had too many owners, I don't like more than 2 owners on a bike, because it's different styles of riding, you know. And you might be a softer rider, or you might be a harsh rider. You know how you put it into the bends and things like that, and how you treat it. So try and get something with low mileage on it if you can. You know, but that's just common sense, really. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of this video now, and I may put a little bit on the end going around the bike. So as I'm on the Insta 360, I will say stop recording. Right, we're going to go around the bike now, and as you can see the hugger, you can see the O-ring shock, you can see the little side plates there. Like I say, it's a Jaffa colour. It's one of the best colours I think Kawasaki make on this. You might say, no, my yellow ball's better than that. But that's down to my preference at the end of the day. You know, it's one of the old classic 70s colours. But I say, like, it's all blacked out. The bezel's blacked out. That's blacked out down there. Crash bungs on it. Hugger. Longer back on it. So, homage to the, you know, the 70s. So, like I say, and bar-in mirrors, and they make a lot of difference, they do. Better than the standard ones. So if you've got a standard ones, bin them, put these bar-in ones on. You don't see your shoulders, you've got plenty of view, they adjust really well. And get yourself some heated grips if you've got a cold climate where you are. These work really well, they're Oxford. I'm not plugging Oxford, not plugging anything, but I put these on and they work really well. They like toast, you know. So if you go out on a cold autumn day, which I do, and then once the salt hits the ground in England, that's because we salt the roads, and that's when this bike goes back into the shed, because I don't want it corroding my swing arms or the chain. But that's England for you, you know, we do put the salt out, but as the climate is changing now, we don't get so much snow, you know. So anyway, like I say, I go right round it. Got the twin horns on as well. I didn't like that one missing, you know, so I've got another horn to match it up. Like I say, with 1 year ownership, it's been really good. I can't complain. If you're going to buy a bike, then you won't go wrong buying this bike at the end of the day. If you're, say, really short-legged, I'm 5'6", and even with that saddle cut out, I am on the balls of my feet. So it is, you know, I can control it. There's no problem about controlling the bike, but I think if it was any higher, then I would feel uncomfortable about it. Because it's nice and light and flickable, it's a joy to sort of get on it, move it around. So there's no problems there. It's got plenty of power. It's 109 brake, I think, on this. It's a 948 engine, nearly 1000cc really. But you know you're riding something exceptionally powerful there, really, for what it is. It will wheelie, this thing. If I didn't have the traction control on it, it would come up all the time. And I think since I've changed that sprocket, it seems to give it more oomph. But anyway, like I say, the bike is a good bike. It's light. Everything works as it should. The lights are very good on it, you know. Visibility at night's good. I can't knock it really. only, like I say, once I get the front suspension done, and the jerky throttle, I suppose that's another thing. That only comes in now and again, but you get used to that. But like I say, I think that's the end of my video. I can't say no more about this bike, but my 1 year ownership on this bike has been a pleasure, and I can't stop looking at the bike. Actually, it's really nice. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, and thanks for coming to the channel, thanks for watching the video, and wherever you are in the world, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Stay safe, be careful out there, and I'll see you very soon with another video. I don't know what's coming next. I think I'm going to change that can on the back. I think it's a Leo Vents can. I really want to treat that to another can, and that'd be black as well, so that'd blend in. I'm not decatting it because I do like these pipes on there. They're double skin, those pipes, and the Delvics and other pipes are not, so they are well made, and it means a decat and it means a flash as well, so it's more money, isn't it, at the end of the day? But I don't know, you know, you don't know where you're going to be, do you, in a year's time or 6 months time. You might feel like you want to do some other mods to it, you know, I don't know. Anyway, like I say, thank you very much for coming to the channel. I'm going to sign off now, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so bye bye for now, and see you soon.